Yes, Snoopy is here. He is finally on the big screen, and I cannot wait to share this with all of you. Snoopy has been one of my favorite things in the world growing up as a kid. Now, unfortunately, everything needs to be made into a movie. But, and it's a big, giant, fat but, unlike mine. I'm just kidding, mine's huge. Um, Peanuts, like I said, Peanuts was a big part of my childhood. Snoopy was huge. Joe Cool. I mean, it doesn't get any more nostalgic than Peanuts. Um, the comic strip ran. Yes, for those younger generation, this was a comic strip in the newspaper, and again, younger generation newspapers, that thing that your parents read. Yeah, reading. Yeah, in case you didn't know what that was, that's called reading. Um, yeah, it was in the newspaper in the comic section, obviously. It ran from, I believe, 1950 to, unfortunately, to February of 2000. Now, I say unfortunately because it wasn't that it wasn't popular or anything. It was more of the fact, um, Charles Schultz, the creator, the illustrator, the writer of the strip, was he died. Charles Schultz, he died in February of 2000, so they ended it. But to this day, it's in reruns. I didn't even realize that they could do that with comic strips, other than put them in like a collection, like a novel, and then send them out. But yes, there is it's still in reruns, which is kind of cool. I love reading them still. They're under like Peanuts Classics is what it says. I don't know, it's weird. But the movie is where it's at now. It comes from a company that does animation fairly well. Um, and they brought it to me. I was very shocked and very, very, very happy with the animation. The hair, the fur that they did on the animal characters, the animation alone, like, it just blows my. I can't tell you on how amazing it was to watch such a great animated film again. Um, the only thing was is the it was it's a character it's a character that doesn't talk, so it's kind of hard to do, but again, they nailed it. I think it's his brother, it was someone in the family that was involved with this. He was the producer. He oversaw most of the things that were going on in here. What I liked about it is that it was basically a cast of little kids, which is what you want, obviously, because it's little kids. So it was interesting to see who they would get. They got Francesca Capaldi to play the little redhead girl. If you don't know, she actually is a little redhead girl in a show called Dog with a Blog. So there's that. You also had Noah Schnapp played uh, Charlie Brown. You also had Kristen Chenoweth, who, if you don't know, Wicked, huge Broadway star. She was on Glee a couple of times. She's been in, oh God, so many things. I mean, I loved her in Bewitched also. Little known fact, she was in actually, fun fact again, that was a reboot of the movie. Well, it wasn't really. It was a movie about the show being rebooted. So it was a very interesting dynamic there. But taking it back, Snoopy is why we're here. The beagle of generations and generations. Again, I love dogs. They're one of my favorite animals. So Snoopy was right up my alley. And he's sarcastic and as awesome as ever in this movie. He stole the show. And what I mean is what I'm telling you right now. He fucking stole the show. Pardon the French, but he stole it, and he was incredible. Um, the way, like, again, I keep on going back to the animation because this is what this movie was about. Well, it was made that way. I just loved every second of this movie. It was cute. It was funny. It gave you that, if you loved the comic strips as a kid, or if you are giving it, or if you are an adult and you're giving it to your kids now and they love it, I'm telling you right now, they will love this movie. It's incredible nostalgic, for uh, for those who grew up with it. Uh, I know one in particular, my uncle. He's a die-hard Snoopy fan. He's loved it ever since he was a kid. And I don't know if he ever saw it yet, but I'm hoping he did because I'm sure he'd be proud of this because they did it. They did Snoopy, Woodstock, Charlie Brown, Lucy, Sally. Like all the characters were there, and that poor Franklin kid, the one black kid. I feel so bad for the animator. You know, they gotta get a little more ethnic in this group. But hey, look, it was drawn during the '50s, so you know you can only do so much in you know how many years, right? Look, it was really funny. It was really good. It had a great message for kids. Uh, you know, I definitely highly recommend this movie, especially if you're going with your kids. Um, Go check it out. I'm telling you right now, you will not regret it. Especially the animation. And you get the Red Baron too. He fly. There's a couple. There's like he's right. Snoopy's concept. He's writing a story throughout the movie, and it's him and the Red Baron trying to save his girlfriend, which is amazing. But that's where the now here's where the concept comes from for the actual movie itself. It wasn't just about that storyline per se. It was a main point of the storyline, but it wasn't. It was solely focused on that storyline. But they also had other things going around him. Like again, the nostalgic factor hit you with the Red Baron story. It hit you with the you know Sally and her sweet Babu. You had the Linus and Lucy dynamic. You had you know they actually even went into detail about well not really in detail but they didn't like how Pigpen was actually smelly and disgusting. So that was kind of fun to watch. The whole movie was just fun to watch. That's where it comes down to. It was fun. I mean, the title says it all. Dream big. You know, the tagline says it big. And I love. By the way, I cannot tell you how much I love this poster. Um, so just go check it out. I'm telling you right now, you will not regret it. And I know I've said that at least about 5 times in the last like 8 minutes. But check it out. You should also check out our channel. I know you've heard me say this before, but keep doing it because I love you guys. You should like, subscribe on the bottom here. Give it a thumbs up. Share it. Whatever you got to do. What you got to do is come back next time because our next adventure is going to be Hunger Games. Yes, I know, but it's almost over. I swear to you, it's almost over. Just stay tuned for me. Stay tuned. Come back next time. Just stay with me, alright, my man? Pound it. Outie. Bye.